The NBA MVP race is over. Plain and simple. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not going to win it. Giannis, love him, not going to win it. Luka, who doesn't love some Luka? He is also not going to win. It's going again to Nikola Jokic. And that's why I'm going to give you 3 facts and 3 opinions on why I believe the NBA MVP race is absolutely overdone. No chance for anyone other than Jokic. And we're going to talk about this, and it sounds like a negative light, to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because I think he was the only one who was going to challenge Jokic at this point, even though I feel like Luka and Giannis don't get enough credit. Luka will get his time, but here are the 3 facts, 3 opinions on why the NBA MVP race is over. Let's start off with fact number 1. In a blowout loss to the Bucks on Sunday, SGA went 12-3, 2-3 with 4 turnovers on 5 of 12 shooting, and it was a -17 for the game. One game is not a big deal, but in the NBA MVP race, sometimes it is a big deal. I feel like sometimes one game will tell the voters, hey, this is a big game against Milwaukee, a hot Milwaukee team, a team that is on the way up, and Shai just did not perform up to his standard. And this doesn't mean he's not a good player. When I say someone's not an MVP, you're going to sit here and be like, oh my God, the disrespect. He's first team All-NBA, which means he's having one of the 5 best seasons in the NBA. There is no disrespect here. Fact number 2. In his last 5 games, he's only averaging 23.4 points per game. That's Shai. Why is that? Well, 1, the NBA is calling less fouls, so he's going to the free throw line a lot less. But number 2 reason is it's also closer to the playoffs. And I believe during the playoff run, he's going to get less and less calls, because that is just what happens in basketball as we get closer to the playoffs. And opinion number 3. This could change at the time you're watching this video, but at the time this is being recorded, the Nuggets are the number 1 seed. And yes, this could change, but the reason this is such a big deal is because I think the Thunder are much more serious about trying to go out and get the number 1 seed than the Nuggets are. The Nuggets are going through this season, of course, trying to win games, but I don't think in their head, all right, we're taking the regular season as serious as the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Thunder are probably taking the regular season as seriously as any team in the NBA, because they just haven't had those reps yet in the playoffs and gone on a deep playoff run. I think with the seriousness that the Thunder are having and the way the Nuggets' seriousness is lacking, the fact that the Nuggets are the number 1 seed is pretty damn remarkable. Let's talk about our 3 opinions. Number 1, there are going to be less whistles for SGA once the playoffs come around. Plain and simple. The games get tighter. There's going to be less calls, and the NBA in general, I don't know if that memo thing is true, but they are calling less calls in the NBA this year than they have any other year. Number 2, this is a little bit of a compliment for Shai. I think with him, he went from an elite young player to a person that I wouldn't want to say we're shitting on, but we're nitpicking, because he's so great. If you're that good, you start getting like haters, and people are going to say this video is hating on Shai because I don't think he's the MVP. Just because I don't think he's the MVP, does not mean I don't think he's a remarkable player who's really damn good and deserves all the accolades and deserves all the recognition and deserves all the praise that he's getting. He deserves a lot of it. But to go from that guy who everyone is praising as a young player to start getting criticism, that means you're kind of taking a step up. And number 3 opinion, and this is on Jokic, who's going to win the MVP in my opinion, if the Nuggets do win the NBA championship this year. And it's, I think, between them and the Celtics, I think they're on a collision course to meet in the NBA Finals, despite the Celtics did lose to the Hawks today, and the Bucks are coming up pretty strongly. I think that Nikola Jokic, if they win the NBA championship this year, voters are going to realize that they also screwed him over last year on the Joel Embiid MVP. And we're going to be looking at a back-to-back MVP next year again, if Jokic at least keeps up similar stats as he has this year. I think he's almost a shoo-in if they win back-to-back NBA championships. I think they'll almost like give him one next year if he has pretty good stats and the Nuggets are just as good as they are this year. So the MVP race, in my opinion, is absolutely over. I would be shell-shocked, bamboozled. Definitely in a way, like I would be so surprised if they don't win the NBA, if Jokic doesn't win the NBA MVP. So thank you for watching this video. My name is George on Tap. This is part of a Sports on Tap network, and this is Hoops on Tap, my basketball channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to follow me everywhere on social media, you can do so at George on Tap. You'll see all my videos and all my different YouTube channels there with me and my brother, Sammy on Tap, who we run the Sports on Tap together. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys next.